Hello Terraria enthusiasts, my name is James and I want to make another video just like the Zelda one I made last week because you guys absolutely loved it. So I want to talk about another set of references in Terraria. So today I'm going to be counting down my top 5 movie references within the game. Now one of these is an adaptation of a book, but we're going to use the movie reference as the Let's just begin. 5. Now in the number 5 slot is the Phase Saber. Now the Phase Saber is obviously a clear direction to the lightsaber. In Star Wars, like pew pew, you get a little sword and it's made out of meteorite. It's pretty awesome. I really like the Phase Saber. I think it's a pretty good weapon in the early game. I don't really use it that often, but it does have an upgrade in hard mode, which makes it pretty badass. See, it's not just a movie reference, it's meant to be taken as a serious weapon. So yeah, I quite like it, and I really like the reference to Star Wars. Now in the number 4 slot is Tim the Enchanter. So if you've ever seen the Monty Python series, you've probably seen The Holy Grail. The Holy Grail is the pinnacle of British comedy. It is genuinely hilarious, and you kind of do have to be British to get it, but it's a fantastic film, and one of the rare enemies that we covered in our video a few weeks ago was Tim. Tim is a wizard, he casts spells, he runs away, and that's basically what Tim the Enchanter is. Tim the Enchanter is this character in the film where he shows up, he casts a few spells, he calls himself Tim and then leaves. That's basically it. So yeah, Tim the Enchanter.
By what name are you known?
There are some who call me Tim.
3. Now in the number 3 slot is one of the most recognised film franchise out there. Maybe it could contend with Star Wars, but I'd probably say Harry Potter is bigger than Star Wars. Who's going to fight me on that? But yes, you can actually get the Philosopher's Stone in the game, and it reduces cooldown of potions, and it drops from a Mimic. It's a pretty good little reference, I really like it. Philosopher's Stone is obviously the first one in the series. If you're American, however, the film is called Sorcerer's Stone, so I quite like that it has the original title, which is actually quite confusing because pretty much all the developers of Terraria are American. So yeah, but I really like this, a nice little callback. I really like equipping this thing. You can equip it with some other stuff, like you can wield it in the Goblin Tinkering Station, and you can make some new things out of it, but yeah, the Philosopher's Stone. Now in the number 2 slot is not actually an item, it's more of quotes. You see the cloth here, obviously my icon in the game, says lots and lots and lots of Forrest Gump references. I mean lots of them, like life is like a box of clothes, you never know what you're going to get, and he just references it throughout. He talks about Wilson from Castaway, and he also talks about some of the other films he's been in, and I really like this. I really like that one of the characters in the game is so, like, I don't know where they got this from. I don't know at what point they were like, okay, we need him to say Tom Hanks quotes. But yeah, it's a reference to Forrest Gump, but it's also a reference to any single Tom Hanks film out there, because he's been in plenty now.
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
1. Now another 1 slot is Spirited Away. Now I want to add this in because I feel like what they've taken from it is a little bit more significant than the rest. The Wyvern is what is considered a mini-boss in the game. It flies from the sky, you kill it, it drops all the flight, and it's really good. But yeah, it's pretty much a direct copy of Spirited Away, and I really like that because Spirited Away is one of the first animes that I ever watched. I really enjoyed it, and yeah, it really means a lot to me. So it's really nice to see this in the game. It was added in the 1.1 update, and you can find it at the top of your world. So that's been about it for today's top 5 movie references. If you want to see more videos like this, here are 2 top 5 lists for Terraria. You can click on either one of them. They're some of my favourites, and I really like them, so you can click on either one. They're both great videos. You don't really need to know what they are. Just click away, guys. So that's been about it for today's top 5 list. I hope you've all enjoyed. Thank you all for watching. Peace.